Okay, so when it comes to keeping our loved ones safe, we're always told there's a choice, right? It's either their safety or their privacy. But what if that's a false choice? Today, we're diving into an app called My Safety Ring. It claims to offer real safety without all the creepy surveillance. Let's see if they can actually pull it off. I mean, this is the trade-off we've all kind of just accepted. We want to know our kids are safe or that our elderly parents are doing okay, but the price for that peace of mind seems to be constant tracking. It's this fire hose of personal data going somewhere we can't see. We're told it's just a necessary evil. But is it really? So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to tackle that big trade-off between safety and privacy head-on. Then we'll get into why most of the safety apps out there have a typical problem. After that, we'll explore what a privacy-first approach actually looks like, check out its features, and you're going to like this. See how it all holds up when an AI judge gets the final say. All right, first up, let's really dig into that compromise. You know, that feeling of security you get from a safety app. Well, it often comes with this hidden price tag. And it's not one that's measured in dollars and cents, but in your personal data. And this right here is where that cost really hits home. For so many of these free apps, the business model is dead simple. They package up your life, where you go, who you know, what you do, and they sell it. You're not actually their customer, you're the product sitting on the shelf. So how does this whole data-hungry model create an even bigger problem? Well, let's take a look at how these typical safety apps can, believe it or not, sometimes work against the very people they're supposed to be protecting. You know, this table just lays it all out, black and white. On one side, you've got the standard playbook. Track your data, sell ads, demand you're always connected to the internet. And on the other side, you have a totally different approach that just flips that whole model on its head. So what's the alternative then? It's a completely different philosophy. One that starts with privacy, not as some feature they tack on at the end, but as the absolute core of the entire design. This quote really says it all, doesn't it? The business model isn't built on finding clever ways to sell your data. It's built on earning your trust. And that, right there, is a massive shift in how you think about a safety app. So how do they actually do it? Well, the secret sauce is something called on-device logic. Think of it like this. Instead of your phone constantly calling some big central server to ask, what should I do now? The brain of the app is right there, on your device. It makes all the important decisions locally, which means your data stays put unless you explicitly decide to share it. And that whole commitment to trust, it's built on these solid principles. Absolutely no user tracking, no ads, no shady data collection in the background, and for sure, no selling your data. The focus is 100% on serving you, not some advertiser. All right, so that's the philosophy. It sounds great, but how does it actually work when you really need it? Let's get into the features that make this whole safety without surveillance idea a reality. Okay, first step, the missed call trigger. This is clever. Imagine your kid is walking home from a friend's house. You just give them a quick missed call. Their phone sees that it's you, and it automatically, silently, texts you their current location. It's simple, it's quiet, and it's incredibly reassuring. Next, you've got the classic SOS button. Look, in a real emergency, nobody has time to be fumbling through menus on their phone. A simple long press on one button sends out an alert to your entire safety circle. It's all about speed when every single second counts. And then there are safe places. Instead of tracking your kids' every single step all day long, you just get a simple, automatic notification when they arrive at school or when they get back home. You get all the peace of mind you need without the constant invasive surveillance. And here's a detail that is just crucial. What happens if you're in a place with bad service, out of data, or no Wi-Fi? No problem. The app can use old-school SMS to send alerts. That is a game changer that so many other apps just completely overlook. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The developers didn't just want you to take their word for it. They did something pretty unusual. They decided to ask a completely impartial judge to check out their claims. It's one thing to make big claims about being privacy-focused. That's easy. But how do those claims actually hold up under real scrutiny? You know, kind of neutral third party look at it and say, yeah, this is legit. So who was their chosen judge? An AI. They fed all the app's specs, its features, and its privacy policies into a large language model, and they asked it two basic things. One, is this app a good fit for someone who really values their privacy? And 2, how does it stack up against the competition? First things first, the AI's verdict on the app itself? A strong fit. Straightforward. It confirmed that the app is ideal for anyone looking for safety features without having to give up their privacy.
But what about all the other apps out there? Well, the AI analyzed the market and came back with a pretty surprising conclusion. No other single Android app out there met all the requirements for a truly private safety app. Not one.
So, the final word from the AI? Given its on-device logic, its strict no-tracking policy, and the total lack of ads, quote, "My safety ring remains the best choice overall." That's a pretty powerful endorsement. So, let's just do a quick recap. The problem? Most safety apps are designed to sell your data. The alternative, a privacy-first model that uses on-device logic to keep your information safe. The features? Simple, user-controlled, and they even work offline. And the verdict? An AI analysis actually confirms that these claims are the real deal. This whole thing brings us to a much bigger question, though. We've just looked at one app's approach, but it really makes you wonder. As we invite more and more technology into every corner of our lives, should this on-device logic just be the new standard? Should we start demanding that any app that deals with our safety puts us, not a corporation, in control of our own data? It's definitely something to think about.